You could probably start talking now.
Oh yeah, for those who don't know, I have to wait till it actually shows up on my end because I don't know if I'm live or not because the streamer likes to lag for the first couple of seconds. That's why when you see him going out, I'm kind of waiting. So I'm waiting for this to tell me that's live. So
We
all
thought
right,
maybe you'd just seen the headlights.
what do I do?
Ooh, shiny. Ooh, shiny.
All right. All right. So anyway, since Eric botched my opening,
That's why
I
I'm
was
here.
right. There goes that monologue. Darn
Well,
it.
no, I'll
Thank
screw it up a little
Eric.
bit later on.
Hello to Jay Lucian. Hello to Undead Quinn, and hello to Ash on Comics. Yes, yes. All right, so
Don't you like
everybody
typing?
knows the drill. If you're watching this right now, tuning in, you're not subscribed, please do that right now. Click the like button. Also, leave a comment down below at the end of the stream. But even if you're new here, and just say hello in the chat. It's great seeing new people. I mean, I love seeing Jay popping up more often. That's great because usually Jay's over in on Twitter, just spending his life there in our little chat group, just posting things. It's like you go on to like Vines. That's pretty much what I've come to know that Jay is. He's like the old before all these Instagram reels. And there's a thing called Vines where I was just random people just posting random videos every 5 seconds, kind of like what TikToks become.
Well,
So
see, Breen and I are old enough to remember that we didn't have to have that explanation.
But we do remember when you had to be relatively close to your microphone to be heard.
Oh, you like this?
yes, now you can hear you.
Yes, yes. I just realized that I saw that I had brought it up, and it's like, hey, man, I get old.
Although I don't mind hearing you from a distance. It's such an improvement.
I was
Some would
trying-
say.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
You told me to be nice.
Hey, Breen, the two of us, we don't need. We both know that being nice is just saying whatever the hell needs to be said.
All right. So I got quite a few books here. I believe it's about 12. Right around there. Well, that's the thing though. I pick up I'm always picking up the new miniseries sometimes when something, and I try to expand my horizon at some of the indie scenes, and this is the way how how just everything just drops on 1 week at a time sometimes. So it kind of gets annoying. So
I'm curious since I got one book. I want to hear what you got.
This is number 12, and actually I haven't read it. Okay, let me hold on because this is the book I haven't read yet. Let me full screen myself here. Didn't get a chance to read it, so I can't. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know where I put it. Usually, I've been enjoying the Expanse. This is Andrew Diggle. Has been writing this. Basically, it's a continuation of the show after Amazon basically canceled it.
Oh, they canceled it?
Well, yeah. This is right around. I think it was right after COVID. It might have been last year.
I know they had 3 of them, and I meant to watch it. But
Yes, yeah, but basically it went to Amazon. So the show that was original Sci-Fi.
yeah, I watched the first season.
Wanted to basically canned it because they I guess they didn't have the streaming rights, so they weren't doing them any good. Then again, Sci-Fi likes to cancel a lot of stuff that's good and keep the crap around. Anyway. So basically, this is a continuation. It should be like of the show. It's the new story. You really need to go watch the show to understand what's going on in this book. If you just jump in this book, you're really not going to know too much about who the characters are, and also it's heavy spoilers of especially the first. It's just a 12. It's like a 12-issue series, a little bit of series. So they actually tell you it's the aftermath of what happens in the very final episode of the show, is in the first issue. Honestly, and Ash is correct. Dude, I want Boom to just go back and adapt the shows in the comic book form.
And you know why? Because it's all about the Boom.
Baby. Yes. Yeah. So this is number 6 of 12. We're halfway through here, and I read the first 5. I didn't get a chance to read this one. I ran out of time, and you'll see the book I chose to read instead of this. So before the show started, because I ran out of time. But I don't know. I'm still excited reading this. I've just everybody and I've never. This is my first Andy Diggle book. I never read his Green Arrow stuff, so I don't know. I can't really judge him saying he's a bad writer based off of this alone. This series, he's writing the characters how they sound and how they are on the show.
I think he used to write Daredevil. I think he was fairly decent on that.
Yeah. Yep. But and Ash is correct. This The Expanse is an original book series as adapted to TV show.
Yeah, but I watched the first season and then they left out a major chunk of the first part of the book because I think that just would have made it too way out. So they kept it to, which kind of makes sense.
So eventually, once we're done with this, I will probably start picking up the Expanse on the original books. But, all right. So this is my number 11 for the week. This is the book I decided to read because it was shorter, so I get done time. And holy crap, I just wish I would have just burned the book instead. This is a Robert Venditti book. But he's got some Brockton McKinney, who's also co-writing with him. And it's basically, it was a group of girls. It's set in the year 2037. There's it's like a post-apocalyptic war. And these two warring factions want to get the hold of this nuclear bombs are basically they're rarity, and they go into like this basically there's a town. There used to be a town. It's a fallout, and there's a lot of they can only be there for so long because of radiation. And they get picked off one by these giant freaking nuclear wolves. For the past 5 or 10 years, they evolved. It just grew in size. Yeah, it just got worse and worse. The main character is just a Mary Sue, which is really annoying. But look, she's got a cute dog though. She needs a dog along the way. Basically, it's a ragtag group of 6 women, and they're all badass. But they all get killed off by the wolves, except for the one girl, the black girl, and she's like, because she's the nicest one. The other ones are cocky and attitude. It's kind of like a horror movie in that way, where like if you're not a good person,
What if it was a horror movie? She should have been the first one to get killed because they always do that with horror movies.
Well, this is 2023 horror movie.
Oh, okay.
Although there was a happy ending, though, at least one of the girls, survives. We really thought it was dead, so that was a surprise. I'm like, wow, they actually brought a girl back, that we thought was killed off. But yeah, the art is not that great, as you can tell. But it's Jurassic Park. They're in a Jeep being chased by a giant wolf, and she's firing machine guns, and she's like, I can't kill it. I wonder why. You have little bullets. And yeah, it's just the point where I'm just like, even the old man bites it in the end. The guy who's their extract, to get a plane. The wolf kills him. The plane explodes. Oh man! And you know what kills him? His smoking habit. Because the fuel goes and it hits a cigarette he was smoking, and he dies. Cigarette smoking kills.
That's just a myth. I'm still around.
But in this book, it's a mercy killing.
Sort of like what you want after you get done reading the book, from what I understand.
Oh no! Sorry, I read other books. I have enough. I have enough good memories from other books I read before this that help cleanse my inner struggles. All right, next book. I don't know what to make of this, but I picked this up because our friend Skip would always try out these books, and especially ones that have like music in them involved. But apparently, in this book, there's a disease. And bear with me. This is an environmental book. So it was kind of weird about this. It's space rock opera in a sense. There's this these the Earth's dying, and the oceans are dying too because there's this thing they call smoke on the water. It's like a black, like a liquid or something, and it's basically been killing all of the animals, and they're washing offshore. And so each country has been basically building up these giant speakers because they found that acoustics actually keep this from spreading. And I literally kid you not, this literally feels like an anime. It shows you this is the main artist or musician. He's in space. He's got a spacesuit. He's got a guitar, and I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, he's gonna ride down the Earth. But so you can see that's the water. Like, it's being infected by whatever this is. They just call it smoke on the water. I don't know. They didn't really explain why they call it that, but
because they probably want to get the song "Smoke in the Water" in there, which is
eventually
great song.
But you have a concert basically putting up. They got all these speakers along, set up on the shore, on boats and stuff. And of course, we go back to that Batman scene where he's like riding down the Earth. Like this guy's got a spacesuit on, but his guitar would be destroyed coming in the re-entry into Earth.
Not without proper planning, man. If you had proper planning.
But yeah, like I said, I don't know what to make of it. I mean, it's basically what it is. So subscribe. It's basically there's corporations putting on this it wants to create and go into space. They wanted to create like this the best record album ever, so that they could basically play it and then stop the basically the smoke on the water forever. But and they're in later stages. This girl here has been hired to basically lead the project, and basically they want to find the best musicians in the world to record it. I don't know what a Euro book is. I mean, like, as you're saying, it's a European book. I still don't know what you mean by that, though. But like I said, it is just crazy.
Well, I'm glad I passed on that. I picked it up and I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, I don't want to get it. I'm glad I did that.
Like I said, if this was like an anime, I'd probably watch it more. But like I said, it just ends with them basically on the console, like, who should we pick, and you see that's what it looks like. So basically, I'm like, is the smoke on the water? Is it an alien symbiote? Is it Venom? Sound waves affected? Yeah. So, yeah, they're ablaze. Yeah. So like I said, I wanted to give it a shot. So, and there it is. So I guess that I can't right now. It's somewhat piqued my interest, but also at the same time, it's just like, it's a book. So like I said, I gotta give it like a going with our Captain Frugo's point system. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5. All right. My number 9 this week. Actually, was that number 9? Hold on. Yeah, I think it is. Oh. Yeah, it is my number 9. All right. Is Blade Runner. Wow. So if you haven't been following this series, this corporation basically wants to get back this female replicant that apparently has the building the building. I guess the building blocks or a chemical makeup, basically where it can reproduce. And they've been hunting it down. They even clone Ash. No, not Ash in comics. Ash is the main character in the book. And they can make a replicant out of her, a younger version. And basically, they approach her at the place where Ash ended up last week, in the last issue. And pretty much, this is the first time we get to see Ash versus Ash. And I feel like I'm making a lot of Evil Dead jokes here. Good Ash, bad Ash, Ash with a gun. She ends up being saved by the woman replicant that they're both tracking to get out. Yeah, it is. Like I said, for me, the story is not. It's not. Like I said, it's gotta be. It's close to mid for me. But I mean, I just love the art. I love the world. So I'm kind of like hoping that it gets better. Because there's sometimes, I mean, there are issues where, certain parts of it, it's like, oh, it's great. But then it kind of just slowly goes back down being like, just kind of like, it's like a heartbeat. We're flatlining. But we're not dead yet. But, yes, of course, because everyone demands it. Get to see her kissing her girlfriend. But the funny part though is the corporation, the corporate owner looks a lot like Keanu Reeves in the shadows there. So is it just a John Wick?
No, they probably might be going for that whole the guy in the second one that was played by Psycho Joker wannabe guy, Jared Leto, because he sort of looks like that.
I know, but I'm living vicarious. I'm hoping like it'd be awesome. We get Keanu Reeves as a bad guy. If I review this book, it'd be Ash on Ash on Ash. Oof. Sounds like my nightmare. Triple A, Ash, Triple Ash. All right. So, number 8. Wolverine versus Predator. We get to see Weapon X in here, and you get to see Sabretooth, Wolverine, and Maverick during the Weapon X program going against these basically predators. A lot of gore, a lot of predators. It's actually, like I said, I've been enjoying this. It's Wolverine being written like Wolverine. And it has nothing to do with the X-Men. This is before him with the X-Men. But yeah, there's no Deadpool, none of that stuff. It's just straight up. If you watch Alien vs Predator or just Predator movies, you know what's gonna happen. You got your guys going into the jungle, and they're being hunted down. Wolverine basically he doesn't know who they are because the Weapon X program keeps erasing their memories, so he has no idea what his weapon he has on his. He has here, but and he knows that these guys are pissed off, and it's basically what you expect. He tells them, "Hey, stand down. You're not going to do anything about." And because it's like I said, it really feels like the first Predator movie, like Jesse Ventura with the giant minigun. Ends up being stabbed through, and then he kicks out, and like at this point, I'm not Sabretooth. I thought he had a healing factor, but they're like, they leave him. They're like, he's dead. He sacrificed himself. I'm like, what? But and I thought the Predator was it the Predator blood that it was acid, or was it only just the xenomorphs?
Just the xenomorph. It's the Predator's green. I think that's kind of a bright green.
But overall, like I said, I this has actually been a fun series, which is shocking for me to say about Marvel books these days. But it's Benjamin Percy's been for me to be a breakout writer. Like I said, I'm gonna start getting into Ghost Rider. I haven't got a chance to yet, but why not? I mean, if he's as good at this, and Undead Quinn's been really enjoying this too as well, as far as his Benjamin Percy's writing on Ghost Rider. Might as well. And I know that Jay has been reading this. Jay's been really happy about it. So I'm curious about what Jay thinks about this. I know he popped up in the chat. He's still here, but overall, I had fun. And it's not only this. It's basically like it's a time thing. It's kind of like I hate to say it. It's like Jason Aaron's, but only in the sense he took where you have present day being hunted. He's healing himself up. And then you have back during the Weapon X program. So really, and then it also shows here at the end. Here it shows this the Predator. We're using their an adamantium because at this point, Wolverine doesn't have his adamantium claws and back in the Weapon X program when he's fighting against the Predator.
They got to at least one part during this whole wrestling thing, do the old the whole arm, the Carl Weathers Schwarzenegger thing at least once during the series.
I mean, so you got the skin people being skinned. They have people losing their heads. Yeah. Yeah, Ash brings up a good Punisher vs. Predator story. Not by any current writers, not current Marvel. But yeah, I mean, I would go. I mean, if you want a Punisher versus, I would. I don't know. I'm not sure how Benjamin Percy would be on running a Punisher story, but when I go with the Punisher, I always go with Garth Ennis. All right, number 7. Almost didn't pick it up, but you know what? I flipped through it. Didn't see any more plot holes or potholes, as I say, deterred me from getting the book. And it was better. It was now. I'm not going to spoil this book because I mean, obviously, if you're really liking the story, you're going to go out and pick it up and read it. So Ash, I don't know if you read it or not, but I've been having fun with this.
Is there any SJW bullshit in this issue?
I didn't see any, but then again, I don't look for it.
Well, I wasn't looking for it in issue 2. It just smacked me in the face 3 or 4 times.
And
that's not, and I'm not even talking about the gay dude. I mean, that wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if it doesn't, I might go back and try that since it's probably halfway through the series anyway. But
yeah,
since I now have extra comic book money, having divorced myself from one of the big 2 again.
I mean, there is origin story for the vampire chick in here, the assassin. Also with Surge, the guy at the beginning.
There's a vampire chick in here. Maybe start picking her up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll just say this. I wouldn't say it's SJW, but it's her origin story. She's from a plantation in what was it called? New Orleans. So before that, and her mother was a white woman basically who had fell in love with a slave, and then was once her husband found out killed her mother, yeah. Then she was basically fled to and led a life becoming a pirate. Sold her body in exchange for basically learning how to fight and stuff. And then she was approached by a vampire. Very basic stuff. There's a little more to it. I'm just giving you
that's not the right P word for somebody who sells their body. Pirate. That's not the right P word.
But all right. So like I said, I think it was improvement since the last issue. You also get to learn more about who Ed is. The main the one we didn't like from last issue. So we get to learn more about her. All right. My number 6 book for the week. And I believe this is the final issue for this. I don't think there's going to be more unless it's because it ended on a finis ? And I really hope that it goes more than just 4 issues. But man, this book is just beautiful. Not as well art as well, just storytelling in this. I am not when it comes to Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Barbarian, I love the movie, but I never was really into the actual books. So, oh man, like I said, it is just fun. And as Super HDJ saying, this book slays. It does. This literally looks like those Sunday morning comics I'd read. I forget what it was. It was a Prince of Valiant. I can't remember what his name was. It was
Probably Prince Valiant. I think that's what it was. But
it Prince Valiant? I was gonna say I wasn't
yeah,
sure if it was.
but that is some really good art.
It is. I mean, look at this.
Didn't Marvel lose the Conan?
The family decided to go with Titans instead. After this, because they had, and ironically, the writer on this is a Marvel writer. This is Jim Zub, who was writing the Marvel Conan books.
Yeah, the Howard estate probably saw that issue where Conan was subservient to that street chick from Daredevil that was bossing him around like a little bitch, and then probably put him on the back of her Vespa scooter, and she rode like Bond in the last. He rode like Bond in the last movie. I said that's enough,
right? But like I said, overall it ends on a finny at the end here too. So I really hope this isn't it. I mean, obviously this has been really I just loving every issue that comes out. But who knows? Anytime I find a book that's suggested for mature readers, it's usually a miniseries, or it just starts to get dull towards the end. All right.
Well, I guess that means I can't read it then. If it's for mature readers.
Be honest, sure, probably. You probably wouldn't enjoy it. It's just too mature for you. All right. Getting on my top 5 here. And my top 5, actually, before I get into top 5 real quickly, I just want to show you off some of the facsimiles that came out this week that I picked up. Just because I just love them. Look, it's the straight version.
Yeah, you get that patriarchal version of that character that's been greatly improved off of the screen.
I'd gotta give $7 to do this version, then give it to the actual ones that sure.
He went from being afraid of wood to, well, you know,
he's still afraid of it when it's too big.
Oh boy! No. And here I was thinking I better not make that joke, but I'm glad you went there instead of me.
Look, Babe Ruth.
Not named after the baseball player, by the way. Common misconception. The inventor of the candy bar had a daughter named Ruth.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm giving $7 to the company that hates me, but I'm also getting a book that I would never be able to afford. And it's probably not in readable condition.
You know, but I look at it, maybe this is selective hypocrisy. I don't know. I got a feeling that whoever does the facsimiles is an entirely different part of the company than is running it into the ground. So I said, I mean, I didn't count. I said I got one book. I actually got 2, if you count that.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it has, all these little stories in here. Just like the old Detective Comics from the old Batmans. You're actually getting multiple stories, not just this one story for $8 or or $7. But yeah. I can hear your own voice. There you go. So, like I said, it comes with the ads. That's why. That's great. No, I would never buy the Jim Sheridan book. Not even to troll it. Geek Easy will show off his copy later.
I do know
copy. I have like 5 or 6 of them. Come on now, man. I'm gonna line my walls with that stuff.
Go ahead, Eric.
I know somebody that bought it unironically. Yeah, he has a channel that's fantastic.
Was it Wes?
No, it's Higgy Pop.
Oh,
I said, but he has nothing to do with the drama of comics. He has, no idea what goes on, and
so he's
a blind buy. Just a little bit more open-minded. I mean, maybe he doesn't care that Tim Sheridan destroyed the legacy of the JSA.
Oh,
yeah. So it's just.
Is his name Iggy Pop or Higgy?
Higgy.
Okay, because Iggy would make more sense.
It's taken from Iggy Pop, obviously, but you should check out his videos. He starts everybody. He comes in. He goes, Higgy Pop here in the comic room. He rings a bell when he walks in. He does. He has a wife beater. He's a pretty big boy. And when he gets mail, he opens the packages with an actual sword. And he's just, I mean, constant frenetic energy. It's amazing to watch this guy.
With the battle axe.
Oh, he's incredibly entertaining.
All right. Also speaking incredibly entertaining is a book that I couldn't be able to afford even if I had the original version. So
yeah,
like I said, this is the other facts. Let me came out this week, number 129.
Yeah, should have held on to my copy.
Yes, and you know it's a good book when you open up and the kid's holding a gun.
And they're pointing out that it's fun instead of saying don't use this. They're saying go ahead and shoot some motherfucker with it.
Also, a preview for Rom.
You guys have, well, Geekies, you might remember. I don't know if you were buying back then. How big a deal it was when the new X-Men came out while Claremont and Byrne were on it. I mean, it was just, like I said, it was. You God help your newsstand if they were late.
Oh my God! Did anybody get this? The Rom toy?
No,
I've never been a Rom fan. No, I started getting stuff. It was mid '80s when I started getting stuff. I think I was getting like the X-Men back then, but I think one of the things I first started collecting seriously was the X-Men and Secret Wars and stuff.
So 75 came out this week.
David Finch cover on Walking Dead.
He's been doing the covers.
I'll be damned. I did not know that.
That's why I've been enjoying picking up that's the perk is like picking up the David Finch covers on here. This is issue 75.
You know what would have helped if there was a way he could have mixed like the White Rabbit into the cover. Because if you're reading Batman, his New 52, or the Batman Legends of the Dark, whatever it was, and White Rabbit was in one of the story arcs. And
unfortunately, I did not get a chance to get the other cover, which is the 20-year anniversary cover they've been doing for Walking Dead. But yeah, if anybody's buying Image this week, all it is a lot of it is just basically a Walking Dead crossover cover, celebration of the Walking Dead. Basically, that's what it is. They're putting zombies in every book on every variant. So, yeah, I had fun with that. All right, now I'm gonna go to my number 5. Number 5 this week is TMNT. It's Saturday Morning Cartoons or Adventures number 6. You're probably wondering, like, what the hell is this? I was too, because I remember the cartoons, but I don't remember this character. This is a robot. It's basically like a shredder robot. Basically, it's an evil robot, and being what it is, Saturday Morning Cartoons, it is completely not as adult as you'd like or serious as you'd like, but basically they want to Raphael wants to watch wrestling, and Splinter says no, you need to pay attention to what's going on in your city. So they watch the political debates, only for Chrome Dome to show up and basically announcing he's going to run for mayor of New York, and he ends up being elected. Like I said, it's just there's a lot of humor in this, and it's just it's basically what you expect from a Ninja Turtle stuff. They thwart the villain. The villain reverts to being once he realizes though that the loophole, because he never was a registered voter. He was not eligible to be a mayor, even though he won. So the robot, he's like, he just reverts back. So you're like, oh, fine, I'll attack the turtles myself, because his whole goal was to become mayor and have the police hunt down the turtles and deal with the turtles. But yeah, it's I guess at the end, like the turtles save the day. Like I said, it is this. Like I said, these are just like, if you love the Ninja Turtles cartoon series, it is basically everything you'd want from that series. It feels like I'm just getting another episode. This is Dan Schoening and what's his name? Eric Burnham. Actually, no, this isn't Dan Schoening. My bad. This is art by Sarah Meyer. Usually Dan Schoening is usually working with him, but literally, look at that art. It looks just like the actual cartoon series. Slightly different, but anyway, fun book. It's like I said, I'm giving these 4 out of 5s, sometimes 4.5. But okay, and my number 4 for this week. It's Green Arrow, number 5. I know it should have been my number 5, Breen, but it's my number 4.
Nah, that's 007 thing. That's issue numbers don't count.
Joshua Williamson on Green Arrow. It's still that Isaac guy doing the art, but Phil Hester joins in this. Last we knew, like I said, like Green Arrow basically was stranded in this apocalyptic future. He's saved by an old version of Old Man Quill, and look, the Arrow car actually flies. Because it's been a running joke. He's like, because why did he ever think of that? When you shoot the Arrow car, why doesn't it fly? But not really. I don't really want to spoil too heavy on it though. But Phil Hester just get his art here, and you're gonna see multiple ollies coming up. I'm not gonna explain why, but
to me, Phil Hester is a massive step down art wise than what we were getting.
I think so too. It's very cartoony. If you're doing a Justice League cartoon verse, sure.
Well, I know there's a lot of people that really, really think he's fantastic, and I've never. I mean, Phil Hester and Chris Bacalo their appeal eludes me.
I saw at my shop they had both hardcover volumes of Phil Hester and Kevin Smith. Their run together.
They're great books. I mean, that was the best thing Kevin Smith ever wrote.
Yeah. I guess so. That's basically I'm
Dr. Orloff. How you doing?
Hey, Mr. Orloff.
Doctor.
Okay, Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, wait till someone else runs it. Then you got to start all over again. Doctor. All right, but interesting the issue. He's cooking. I want to see where he's going with this. Yes, and I'm using that millennials. Not actually millennial. That's a Zoomer slang. Cooking.
Yeah,
really weird.
I'm not gonna lie. I missed that one a little bit.
Yeah, but
I was actually enjoying that.
All right. My number 3 for the week is Firepower. I was going to go for the Walking Dead variant too, all this, but I said prefer this one. This has peanut butter on it. Dog's name is Peanut Butter. I'm not going to delve into that because it will just go into that weird territory. But very heartwarming, kind of really if you're reading this issue, go get your box of tissues because you're gonna get a little emotional. You'll see a grown man crying reading this book, and it's basically
Better than seeing a grown man naked.
I hate gladiator movies. Ever since I was little.
Do you like when scrap rubs up against your leg?
So, have you ever been to a Turkish prison?
Everybody quotes those, but everybody quotes those jokes though. But my favorite part is that the whole Leslie Nielsen was calm down, punching like here. They take turns punching the one.
I actually got to ask Peter Graves if he had ever seen a grown man naked, and he just sort of laughed and was kind of a good sport about it because I'm sure he'd heard it a couple of times during his lifetime.
Yeah. But anyway,
cream and sugar. I take my coffee black. Like
this whole issue, the storytelling is written by the grandson writing to his grandfather who's in Chicago as they're making their way back to basically fight the dragon. And as the days go by, as they're fighting the war, and you're just seeing how the emotional toll it takes on the kids because they're still kids and they're fighting these basically people are possessed by the snakes that have on them, and they're trying to rescue them, and just how war is really taking a toll on them, and they just want big. They're depressed, they're tired, they're scared, they just want to go back to being kids. And and it keeps, and he's hear it in his voice as he keeps writing each letter to his grandfather. But like I say, just pick it up, man. It is a very Robert Kirkman proves that he understands how to make a grown man cry, and not by making an SJW book, by making actual very very sad, but also kind of happy books time. It's a roller coaster, man. It's experience. Definitely check it out. All right, my number 2 for the week. I did get the Walking Dead variant. Because what the hell not would I want Void Rivals with Rick Grimes on there, Michonne? I said, this is fun. Void Rivals is a book you should be picking up if you love space, adventure, comedy. 2 people basically who come from 2 different worlds, and crash land on a rock or on a basically abandoned planet. Work together, build a rocket ship, get back, only for him to get screwed over because she basically wants to hand him over to her people. So she gets space, realize that she gets screwed over too by her own people. He makes fun of her for being an idiot because he wanted to just go in separate ways, but no, she had to be in charge. He gets tortured in this. I guess it is very much like Firefly and like Peter Quill, kind of personality. And I'll just give you one spoiler page from here. But yep. I feel like Ash is like just lost. He's asking, do you like this issue of Void Rivals? Or he's saying, you like this issue of Void Rivals? Well, I mean, do I have to answer that? Because it is my number 2.
Obviously. Well, yes. The other one was number 3. I mean, that's
I'm liking Void Rivals more than I'm liking Firepower. And I'll continue liking Void Rivals more than I'm liking Firepower.
Unless the next issue you like Firepower more than Void Rivals.
Well, I mean, a couple more issues, I'll just be liking Void Rivals because there won't be any Firepower. That's the ending.
Well, that's quite the resolution to a sticky problem.
Exactly. But now though, like I said, I've been having fun with this series. This I really hope to see this continue more than just being a limited series. I hope it keeps going. Even when after G.I. Joe comes out. Not that this just is canceled like after 15 issues or something like that, or 25. But we also get a preview of in the back here of the Great American Hero with the Duke in here. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Possibly not be number 1.
My number 1.
Greatest American Hero, man. That's not the greatest American hero. He's not wearing the suit, man.
Yep. But anyway, number 1 is a book that if you don't have this book, you're not American. I'm just gonna say that. You're not a real American, as Hulk Hogan would say. And Breen damn well knows what this is because Breen, I know you read this. I know you enjoyed it.
Well, you're half right.
Wait, you didn't enjoy it?
I'll let you talk and then I'll chime in because then that'll be my.
All right, let me explain to why you're wrong. It's a good book.
Take your best shot.
My best shot because I liked it. I don't give a shit about your opinion.
Well, nobody gives a fuck about what you say about anything. How do you like them apples, Zach? Zach isn't here, so you got to play him for now.
The apples, they got the Zach.
Speaking of, boy, Carlito must have swallowed a lot of those apples in the time he was gone. Because
yeah, Yeah,
He's not even doing that anymore, though, is he?
No, because even he is not cool, and he does not want to be cool.
well, that's the
No.
thing though, is that he stopped eating apples, started eating pie.
Yeah.
Do you like pie?
Where unlike where Rob Van Dam was looking a little chubby in his first appearance at AEW, now I just saw him on Wednesday night. He slimmed down. He's working out more.
Yeah, he's still probably enjoying his favorite.
Activities, yes.
Yes.
He's in
Two of
his
them.
50s, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's like Jericho. Jericho had put on some weight when he first arrived in AEW, and now he's kind of just getting back into shape more the more he wrestles. Anyway, so this book was very wholesome. Really didn't need the Spider-Man team up because the Spider-Man team up was kind of weird, but kind of felt weird. This yeah. I don't know why he was even in the book, but he basically needed help with and like I say, this isn't the normal Spider-Man book, Spider-Man we love. This is the Zeb Wells Spider-Man who goes to Captain America. I need your help because rumor Black Cat, my lady friend Black Cat said that Sinister Six is going to attack me, and like okay, and like Steve's like sure, whatever, and they wait, and then no one shows up, and then she gets attacked. It turns out Doc Ock decided to postpone my termination for 2 days because he met a woman and he's showing her around the city. It's like Aunt May, but that was dumb. I'll give you that, and that's why I'm giving this about a 4.5. But other than that, you get to see more of Zach's people.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to learn more what's going on with the villain and AIM as well. And like I said, this really feels like a Jason Aaron, not to say like Jason Aaron's writing, but the concept you go back Gore the God Butcher, different timelines, you're kind of bouncing back and forth, which can get a little bit.
Trust me, he didn't come up with that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, everybody knows Gore the God Butcher. If you read that book, that's But,
and if you're reading Thor like 12, 15 years earlier, you know what he stole it from. But
Chinese here, this is James Krasinski, One More Day Spider-Man. Yeah, I would say even no, because even that Spider-Man was better than this. He was married to Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, really, why are we getting advertisements for Howard the Duck? Nobody knows who that is.
He's the duck that got to bang Leia Thompson, man.
Current readers do not even know who Howard the Duck is. If there is any current readers at all for Marvel. I mean, other than some of us who are just stragglers hanging on to the books. But overall, I mean, yes, it's continuation what happened last year, obviously. Continue the story where basically he needs a place to live. He ends up being a supply room closet. He meets a girl there. And he ends up being I love the transition scene in here where basically she says like, well, our because she was complaining to the landlord that their toilet wasn't flushing. So Steve, being the guy he is, he tells about how he's 16-year-old Steve Rogers says, you know what, I'll take a look at it. When I was living with my mom, I taught myself how to be a plumber and do stuff. I can maybe help you, and so he builds friendship there, and it transitions him into the actual current day. Working on rebuilding the apartment. He's in the bathroom and doing everything. He's talking to the guy he recently hired. Yeah. And it keeps going back to basically where he keeps running in with these the Nazis. They're basically trying to say, oh, Hitler's not killing the Jews. They're actually helping him. He's building camps for them, to work labor camps to help. He's giving them jobs, providing them work. For their families. And their whole plot is they want to basically turn America in order to get them out of the war. I forget what did they say, Breen? They said something like they want to.
Well, there were German American Bunds formed.
Yeah.
Before the United States got in the war, and it was basically to try to sell, the propaganda to Americans.
Yeah. So, ironically, this book comes out after what happened over in Israel, which is really not even connected, but it's ironic that it's happening at the same time. Well, the Jewish hate. These Jewish guys get accosted by the Nazi soldiers outside.
Oh, look, it's every college campus in America.
So Rogers has been getting his ass kicked the whole every issue. Every time you think
Other than Hillsdale.
So, and he goes to fight them, and the girls are like, you know what? Here you go. They're like, you gonna pour water on us? No, because their toilets were backed up. They poured all their excrement all over them and called the cops.
And that was clever enough for anything, but that's.
But then we get to the current modern plot. I'm really enjoying the back story stuff, like the flashbacks, more than I am with the current. Current's kind of like we're building so slowly, building the story, introduce who the villain is, and then we're gonna now apparently Steve Rogers. The demon basically it went to the serial killer's house and says impressive. You have 14 bodies under your house and nobody's funny thing. He's like, well, I've been watching a lot of those American television, tell you what not to do and everything. It's kind of like self-help videos, basically. How Americans are dumb. And anyway, he basically the guy hires him because he wants him to take out Steve Rogers because Steve Rogers is an anomaly. He said the demon's like every so and so many years, centuries, whatever, there is an anomaly that and I want that basically restores hope and inspires people and stuff. Be good and stuff. And he basically it almost feels like it's the devil versus Steve Rogers. I'm not sure if that's an accurate statement, but yeah, he wants this guy to take out Steve Rogers.
See, all he has to do is get a fiddle of gold.
Yeah.
Take him to Georgia, and then he can beat him.
So it's you basically you're getting a little bit of history of flashbacks with Captain America, but it's also be Captain America versus supernatural threat.
Yeah, I said the flashbacks. I think he's spending too much time on those and not enough time on the main story because we know how the flashbacks end because it can only end one way with him becoming Captain America.
And I'm hoping that's going to change in the next issue.
Now, unless one of the crazy ideas they come up with is going back in time and stopping him from becoming Captain. Let's hope they don't do that. Now, why I was not particularly enamored with this issue. I am so fucking tired of cutesy wootsy LOL tee so random bullshit that every comic book seems to be mandated to shoehorn in. Spider-Man was written like a 13-year-old jagoff.
Yep.
Since when has he gone to get help to fight the Sinister Six? And then because the Black Cat told him to, and then the whole, again, more cutesy bullshit. Oh, Doc Ock said he's got to put off, killing me because he met a lady friend, blah, blah, fuck. No. I said, this was Marvel. You had one chance to have a book that doesn't suck, not called Moon Knight. And you can't even do that for 2 goddamn issues. Now, the main plot is good enough to where I will be back for the 3rd. But if there's any, like bullshit like I got in the 3rd issue of plot holes, I'm out. If there's more of this LOL so random stuff, I'm out. Because I said, Straczynski's about a 50-50 proposition for me to begin with. I'm hoping this falls into the right 50%. But if it doesn't, it's not like I'm reading a bunch of Marvel, so I can just go back down to 0 like DC. I'm done. That's my
All right, cool. All right. And well, I mean, you did bring up one of my back issues. I got a few things to show off as far as well, this is actually a trade picked up today. Epic. So this is volume 7. I'm confused because I have 1 through 4.
They chomp. I don't know why they do. Is that part of the Mark Spector Moon Knight?
Yep. This has Mark Spector Moon Knight 39 through 51. Moon Knight Divided We Fall. Moon Knight Special number 1. We'll have a Spider-Man 93 and 94. And Marvel Comics presents 152, 154. And here's Zach. Oh, look, he's finally useful. He's on camera.
Ha. Nope, you're not that lucky.
So now, were you this lucky to pick up this, Zach?
No, I was not.
Oh.
I didn't need to have cut off for Omnibuy.
You know how unlucky I was? I was so unlucky. I've been working and driving all day and haven't had a chance to read any of my books.
So, Zach, I know you didn't get that. Did you spend that money on like a Ryan North autobiography or something?
No, his Fantastic Four wasn't out this week.
That wouldn't be an autobiography, but yeah.
It's more eulogy.
His Fantastic Four is fun. I will continue to say this.
All right. Well, continuing to have fun, with everything at my store, like as far as half off package trades and stuff, are all half off. I decided to pick up this.
Nice. I know what the cover's from, but I mean, does it cover the Steranko issues inside?
Yep. All the Steranko issues are in here.
That's a very cool thing. I mean, I've got that. I think in either an omnibus or a tray or a Epic collection.
1981. They collected all the issues.
That is cool. Wait, but that was published in 81.
This let me see. It shows actually so the copyright in here.
Because I didn't think Marvel was doing those that far back.
Well, the comic was listed in 81, so it isn't.
Well, the comic was done in 69.
The book doesn't really say which then, but
yeah, who cares? It's cool.
But
69, a wonderful year.
69.
But basically, they collected Steranko stuff into a book.
Geekies, were you born in 69?
Yes, I was.
God, that explains a hell of a lot.
Yes. 6 months to the day before we landed on the moon.
But yeah, I love this. It says and yeah, and it was about this book on November 5th, 1938, in Reading, Pennsylvania. Was born Amandus due to have great impact on the comic industry in the years that followed. Jim Steranko. His first major works were completed for Marvel in the year 1966. He began working on the Nick Fury Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. series. After a few issues, he was penciling, inking, and writing and coloring the book, which was thought by many to be the best written drawn strips in the 60s. He won awards for it, and then it's Captain America. Yeah.
Who'd have thought that arguably the coolest man to ever work in comics would now look like a taller version of Estelle Getty's from Golden Girls?
It says Steranko wrote and drew the 3 issues of Captain America, and all these were not numbered consecutively. They represent a complete 3-issue story, which we bring here in full. All 3 issues. Hardcover.
I said, if he was on the Nick Fury portion of Strange Tales for about 20 issues. They're a trip. I said, I can't recommend as high. When they finally did the S.H.I.E.L.D. Omnibus, which stayed in print for about 37 minutes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all in that. But if you get a chance to get those, it's some really cool stuff.
Like I said, I picked this up. I forgot it was Steranko. I'm like, oh, this Captain America, and it's old school, and it's a trade. I picked it up, and then it dawned on me, wait, I know that pose. That's freaking Steranko. So
I would love to have that I'd love to have that issue as some kind of poster. But hey, you want to see? So the last 2 days, I've gotten 5 uber crammed long boxes, no bags, no boards. So you can imagine how many are fitting in there. To process. And before you show your next one, I did find one thing of pretty cool.
What the mess? Oh, that's one of my Grail books, man. Jeez.
I'd love to get that number. I remember the number 1 of that.
That's it.
Whoa.
And I remember last time I showed one because I was going through a set, and there's 60 issues of this book. 59 of them were mint. Number 40 looked like it'd been run under a faucet. It was just buzzard luck, because at the time they weren't worth. I mean, I got this for $1.
Wow.
About 4 years ago.
Dang, that's not a reprint, or is that an original?
No. And this, I've got $1.20 on this, because I graded it about a 7. The one I got for $1 is every bit as nice as this. Because it just, I mean, this was one of those books just exploded for some reason, and it wasn't the announcement of the show. Certain things just kind of explode organically. Make your jokes where you will there.
What's the price on that? So I just saw you had a pricing on there.
120.
Man,
it's 220.
You got it for $1?
Well, this one was in a. This was in a box that we bought.
Oh, okay, okay.
My copy, I paid $1 half price books about 4 years ago.
Gotcha.
Before it exploded.
Yeah.
No, I have to agree with Ash and say what's so special about that particular issue.
It's
She-Hulk jump roping naked.
Yeah, the first 4, but it's just one. It's like
that's where that came from. Okay. All right, usually I thought that was on the cover.
No, the issue of like that Archie issue where he's walking with Betty and Veronica and said, my horoscope said I'd be in the pink today. Someone figured out that was, an innuendo. So that became $100 book. When there's another one said, Veronica, is it, what weren't you expecting a pearl necklace from Archie? Nothing. It didn't go up at all. It's like they didn't figure that out.
She was expecting 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah,
Breen, I'm gonna DM you an offer for that book.
If it was in my shop, it'd be half off whatever 120 is.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably pick it up.
So my next, are you, Zach? Are you a slave to condition?
Not necessarily. Not really.
Then
I mean, look, hold up. If there's like a fold in the corner, something like that, no, not at all. If there's mysterious substances that have been spilled on the cover,
Eric, real quickly, I just gotta say, how dare you assume that he's ever a slave?
By a lot.
You never know. Switch.
No, the reason why I said, like the one that I showed that night, the first time, I think that I sold that for under $40.
All right.
Wow.
I mean, it was fine. I mean, and it'll do until something better comes along. But now that I know that's one of your grails, I said, if you want to buy that, fine. But if you want to give me a little time to try to find one that's not quite as,
I need a word with Zach's pastor, Karen Ash. Yeah, he's been activated.
Dang, Ash, going all like Karen mom mode on me.
All right.
Let me have my fun.
Is that number 69?
Speaking of fun.
Thank you
to Rhaegar for getting that.
Still waiting for the fun. Where's the fun here?
Wow.
Zach, you know,
joke. It's a joke.
Your boy got the issue right before he showed it.
That is actually funny. That it is a 69. That is pretty funny.
That's awesome. Naaman, why didn't you show up last night?
I was sleeping. Took a nap.
Okay, because I told Graphic, and I think he would have let you on because we had a couple open spots.
Oh yeah. But so I'm going to save my favorite one for last.
How many books did you get this week? Has he been going this whole time?
Yeah.
It's been over an hour.
That's kind of almost every week for him, though.
Well, Zach, it is. I quit DC.
I feel like Zach.
I integrated mine into his because.
Zach, how do you not know this by now? Like I know you don't show up for the readings, but are you just mentally not here when you show up?
I showed up last night. I sacrificed my time. I could have had food, but I chose to be here.
So Breen.
Ooh.
You know what, Zach? Venkman is what I was hoping I could turn you into.
I guess Venkman's the good son.
I have failed so spectacularly with you, but
we know Venkman's gonna begin the comics. Will Zach's gonna be like, no, he doesn't deserve this.
I'd leave you by Ryan North if I had it.
But wait, Breen. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my God! Look at it.
I've seen that one. Didn't England have that on auction at some point?
No, the correct answer was, Oh yeah, I saw when you, Joe, and Wes did a retrospective of that on Thinking
Yeah.
Critical.
Was that before I started hanging out with y'all? I don't recall.
So, like I said, I saw these there, and I couldn't resist picking them up.
That is cool though.
That's a great book. That's Conway and Jose Luis Garcia Lopez art.
These will be great when I get to Breen's age. I'll be able to read them still.
Because it's big print.
It doesn't hurt.
It would look good framed too. Like you could hang that on a wall.
It actually kind of helps.
But there is one book that, man, that's gonna make Breen cry, in a good way. You ready, Breen?
Yep.
All right.
You pulled the trigger. Good for you. I'm so proud. I said, yeah, if only there was a way that cover could take up the bottom square on the right.
Well,
because at this point we should be looking at Herbie and not Zachy.
I could take a photo of this and I could move it over to Zach's spot. You can't see Zach on camera, but man, little fat kid.
But don't worry, Zach. You'll always be our fat. You'll always be our fat little nothing.
I'm slimming down, sir.
So
enjoy
guys,
it when you can.
Whenever I see Herbie, I think of Doc Ock.
Yeah. He does look a little Doc Ock. Why is he wearing a dress?
It's Egypt, you dumbass.
Egypt. And you notice that's Elizabeth Taylor's Cleopatra because it's right around that time.
Yeah.
Yep. And it shows you how horrible they were to not have her be inaccurately portrayed as a POC.
It is proved by the Comic Code Authority, though, which is kind of interesting. But
everything. Well, those stories are absolutely G-rated, but they're so much fun.
They're G-rated for great. But man,
what are you laughing at, man with four senses?
Yeah, well, taste doesn't do me any good. I can't eat anything till tomorrow.
Why not?
Because I'm doing this intermittent fasting regimen. So as of 6 o'clock, I cut myself off from eating until 10 o'clock.
That's commendable. And in solidarity, I will eat a bag of popcorn in your honor.
Look at this.
Please tell me which flavor so I can live vicariously through you.
The herbs and spices.
Oh, those are good.
No, Zach, you just want to have that certain. You just want to have that certain kind of container that for the popcorn. You like the popcorn container.
Oh, y'all need to find another joke for that. That's that movie RDV was referencing last week.
What movie was that?
I don't know. What's the one where it's the girl and the guy that go to a movie diner? Yeah.
Which I'm just going to go on a limb and say you haven't seen.
No, I haven't. You're correct. Hey, it's Jay Garrick on Safari.
It's J. Edgar Hoover.
And a fat Norman Osborn. Oh, it's J. Edgar Hoover. It looks like fat Norman Osborn.
I'm just saying, I'm making a joke with the Alan Scott thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 6 p.m. to 10. You said 10 a.m. I think you said 10 p.m.
No, 10 a.m. No, it is 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. is 16 hours.
Look. They laugh in Arabic. I'm just kidding.
That's how they laugh in Arabic.
They laugh in English. And then all the little stories in here. Whoops.
Ash is just here to rain on my parade. First he Karens me for liking She-Hulk. Then he's like, that's not fasting. That's just normal eating. Like, I don't know about normal.
All these little stories in here.
Oh, that's cool. I like the sci-fi one there. That's cool.
AGC was a neat little company. They're all their stories had. Once the code came in, they were still very clever, but they all kind of had, happy endings. Like even when characters would die, they would find a way to give that character a good ending in the story.
It's kind of hard to give somebody a happy ending in the code era.
I was hoping that we could all be mature enough to just enjoy the spirit in which that was said.
Sorry.
I'm
completely sorry.
Curse me for a novice. To quote Doctor Strange.
if anybody's in spirit here, it's not me and Zach.
Why would I not be in spirit?
Because we're young still.
Well,
that's right. That's right.
Geekies and I cannot be in spirits because we've both retired.
That's true.
All
That's
right.
true. Different spirits, but
have
yes.
a couple for us.
All right, that's it for this week. See you guys next week.
Woo!
All right.
Segment, all kidding
He's
aside,
gone.
that's some awesome stuff you picked up, and you do need to come do a round some week on Wednesday.
That Steranko book is specifically.
That is very cool, but nothing beats the original stuff that he's showing.
Mm-hmm.
God, you are really branching out.
I'm aspiring to be like my role model, Holler Mouse.
Then you've got to like a lot of Michael Moorcock and Neil Gaiman and
I know.
I would not want to be on a desert island with Tim's comic book collection. I'm just going to leave it at that. I love the man, but I said we're very divergent in our
I would
collecting habits.
I would be burning the books. For all right. Who wants to go next? Zach, since you're here,
I've got a good chunk of books actually this week, so I didn't know I could go next though. I this might be an RDV sized amount of books. You might be proud of some of these. Who knows?
And if you had an hour and 10 minutes till RDV was done with his books, you won. Sorry.
Or lost an hour and 10 minutes. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Come on. I can't have jokes. Okay. Look, here's a joke. I did pick up that Alan Scott Green Lantern book this week. I actually went and spent money on it. See? This one right here? Did y'all not get this one? Ha-ha! Gotcha. You thought I got Tim Sheridan.
Breen, we gotta start when we get to hour 2. You gotta start holding up the signs.
I can't find I can't find my little sign that says "Help me."
But look, can't you guys see? He was queer coded even back then. Look at how he's holding this guy. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I have not read through this yet. I have not had time to read through any of my books. I've been driving most of the day.
You're a bigot just like I am because I got the straight version.
I'm a bigot. Whatever.
That's his actual name, Rhaegar.
Michael Moore, what?
Michael Moorcock.
Science
fiction writer. He did Elric, that you may have heard of.
It's actually it's pronounced Coke. More Coke.
Michael Moore Coke. Cocaine. All right. I did end up getting Captain America issue number 2. J. Michael Straczynski. Don't worry, guys. I haven't completely lost my taste. I did get this cool Avengers cover variant.
You missed him.
Missed who? Missed what?
I showed my book up and Eric gave a little he didn't have.
Yeah, go back and watch the replay.
Okay. Well, I know Frugal liked it.
Now we'll say I am getting the next issue, but I unloaded on that book.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about it. I just know that Frugal said he liked it.
Listen, Geek Easy, take that one off. Just sit that one out. I said I unloaded on the book.
Oh.
I had to stop him.
No, I was gonna take that one off. I think I used up my goodwill on the beforehand. So this one, you got to pass.
All right, go back to sleep.
I was the same as my earlier one.
All right, that's funny. New Detective Comics came out this week. This is one of the ones I'm probably gonna dig into first, just because it's been so long since I've read.
Have you seen the interior?
Comics. No, I haven't. Is it good?
They changed the artist, and it went worse.
Well, I mean, I know it's not Raphael Albuquerque anymore, but
yeah, is he done with the book?
I mean, maybe he'll come back. I don't know.
The next
maybe
4 or 5 issues is not him.
Oh, that's a sign of depressing. I'm gonna give it a try though. Speaking of giving things a try, we got the Flash, the Cy Sparrow, Mike Diodato. This is issue number 2.
Don't read the end.
Why? Does Mr. Terrific hook up with Linda? Is that what you're gonna say?
I didn't say anything.
That's not true. Linda's a lesbian now.
Trying to decide which one of those is more believable.
No, I do think I don't think it goes either way. I think Barry shows up at the end of it, so he's already Barry. In.
Linda and Barry.
If it becomes a Barry book, then I actually will drop the Flash.
Well, no. Barry bangs Linda at the end of the book.
Oh, Barry, no. Why?
I mean, she just wants both Flashes, right?
Maybe. We got the Green Arrow.
Hot flashes.
Oh God.
Hot Flashes, and then you throw a J in there. It's like, what
Okay, I was just about to make that joke, and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Then you all jump in there. No more shit from you guys about the stuff that I'm pulling next half of the I'm telling you.
Of course, it got the really cool, the Phil Hester Green Arrow cover. Looks like it's got all the different iterations of Ollie, which is pretty cool.
It was a fun book, and then
no boxing glove arrow. Williamson, where's my boxing glove arrow?
Open the damn book.
I will eventually. I'll get to it.
But yeah,
I'm not working, so I have money to go buy all these books. We got Void Rivals, another one I can't wait to dig into.
A very fun issue. That was mine number 2 of the week.
I'm distraught, not because this book is nearing the end of its run, but because my shop did not have the peanut butter dog variant cover, which is the one that I wanted. You got it, didn't you? You son of a bitch.
Zach, my son.
Yes.
Let me again remind you, think 6 months down the road, whether it's the peanut butter cover or that one, it would be bagged, boarded, and boxed and largely forgotten.
Probably.
That is what you have to remember to make yourself feel better when you don't get the variant you want.
You're probably right.
That's my zen for the.
You mean it wouldn't be signed, sealed, and delivered?
Yes.
Zen Breen. I like that.
2 words that have never been used in the same sentence. But thank you.
Last new book that I picked up is Plot Holes number 3. Samurai Ninja Kid. I did also I found this on my doorstep when I got home.
Jay Garrick Hot Flashes. He's as straight as Billy Porter.
Yes.
Billy Porter wears princess gowns.
This is the new iconic comics book that came out. This is from Scott Malin. And I can't wait to dig into this. I was seeing some of the preview art back when this was getting its Kickstarter going. It has a very Studio Ghibli look to it.
Is that the one that just joined or announcing on the?
Not the no. The one they just announced is like a detective cop book. Oh, this one's a girl pilot. It's like a very anime looking book. It looks like a lot of fun.
She's actually a 40-year-old mom, but when you get old, they come chippies.
And then on top of that, I finally got a bunch of books from Ease Auctions. So I was kind of going through some of these. I got a bunch of new Jonah Hex books, some Paul Miotti and Justin Gray Jonah Hex. The 6 gun. I actually think I used to have the trade of this story way back in the day.
I don't remember that guy.
You don't remember Jonah Hex? Well, I'm a bigot, so of course I would know who Jonah Hex is.
Zach, real quick, said, Ash, that's not at all what I was saying. Saying that 6 months from now, whether he goes back and references Firepower again, it's not going to be as traumatic. He didn't get the variant he wanted because he still has the book, so he can read it. But when you can't get that variant, like I said, that matters in the moment, but 6 months from now, I don't care what it is. No. It doesn't matter nearly as much.
If it's not Spider-Man or Batman, I mean, unless it gets a TV show made.
I will
you think so?
I will counter that argument in saying that if it's a connecting variant and it's the only one you're missing out of your collection.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
I also picked up most of Galactic Storm.
Is that Rick Jones?
I think so. It's Captain America. If there's a kid in a leather jacket, it's either Bucky or Rick. I'm pretty sure that's Rick.
That's going to be Rick.
Yeah, I think so. This is before he grew up and married Marlo. I did get this also. It's kind of jumbled in here. I got this really cool. I dig this cover. This is probably my favorite one with Justice League International. This might be my favorite one.
I love that you say like it's Rick Jones. It's before he grew up and just married Marlo. Like it's just a whole aspiration for his character just to grow up and marry Marlo and then see her porno.
Between Marlo and Mary Jane, I'm picking Marlo. Sorry, Mary Jane.
Yeah, he's got it up there on his wall.
Zach, look next to the clock.
Oh, you have it?
I have a plaque of that next to that clock up there.
Oh, very cool.
Is that the one with where Batman becomes a One Punch Man on Green Lantern?
I don't think that's the one where he gets one punch on. I think that one's an earlier issue.
Breen
No,
does. Have you
This
seen
is
Breen?
This is the second anniversary. So this is after JLI had been around for 2
Jack-
years.
No, I'd like Ash to be experiencing the power of peanut butter every time I talk to him.
This one's really fun. I like this one a lot. So
It's like Just Like Godzilla.
some more Justice League Europe, Metamorpho, Crimson Fox.
Of course,
Power
you get the
Girl.
one where
This Power Girl costume is growing on me. I don't hate this one. I still like the. What's that?
I was gonna say, of course, you'd get there's the Europe one where they have the Captain Atom as the main hero.
This is a fun one. I like this one. It's kind of like the She-Hulk. Buy this comic or else. This one's kind of funny. We'll shoot this cat. This one here, who is the Crimson Fox, who I always thought looked more like a cobra. It was like a fox is weird name for her.
Don't read Starman issue 38 if you've grown attached to the Crimson Fox.
This is the Dune issue.
Very limited series. I love that they released a trade for
I
Starman.
do. You know what? Starman is one. If they collected into an omnibus, I would want to get Starman and Sandman Mystery Theater.
They do.
They do.
Starman has trades and omnibuses.
Nice.
Here's
I'll
one
put
for
them
my Defenders collection. The Defenders
Hey,
just has such a cool look to
on. That
it.
has the Son of Satan on there.
Got Justice League of America. Old school. This is where Zatanna didn't have the top hat.
They're swapping bodies, right?
They are swapping bodies.
Clark, what
Gotta.
are you doing?
Fantastic Four versus Graviton.
Or
This is with She-Thing.
looks like an evil Reed Richards.
I would have guessed Doctor Strange with the salt and pepper hair.
What, the Graviton?
Yeah, Graviton.
Graviton was introduced in Avengers 158.
Yeah, he was an Avengers bad guy.
And
I think. Yeah.
And it took. That was back when the Collector was calling Thor back throughout time to help him because he wanted to keep him preserved.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was trying to save them from Korvac / Michael. And then
Ash, that's for you.
Every subsequent appearance of Graviton, he's been watered down a little bit more. But that first appearance, that he was as badass as it got.
Got a 4-issue miniseries of Shazam here.
That's a good series.
That's a really cool cover. This came from Legends also, so that's cool. Some more Galactic Storm.
We all
Thor
know
with the beard.
you eat for Thor.
Now,
My
Legends needs to
My
be
favorite Vision.
a collected edition of
Mine too. I see
Yeah.
2 of them.
Way to lean into it, Zach.
You know, it's fun. I used to actually hate that, but I was like, it just looks so bland and boring. But now, y'all, it's a meme now. This is really cool. I like the Thor versus Silver Surfer cover, but this one's also pretty cool.
Do you know what that cover is from?
This one?
Yes. Do you know what that is an homage to?
Oh, what's an homage to?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
Give me 10 seconds.
Is it Thor versus Hulk?
I don't know. It's not Thor versus Silver Surfer. I know that.
Or not? I mean, no. I mean Hulk versus Thing. Sorry.
Hulk versus. Oh, I could see maybe Hulk versus. Maybe. I've seen several covers with Hulk fighting the Thing.
Is it the? Yeah.
It's the Avengers Defenders War. Oh.
So I was right the first time I said Thor versus Hulk. I just didn't. But then I second.
Oh, right on. Oh, that's cool. Nice. I do like that cover too. It had floating heads on it.
Thanks, Doc.
Nice.
We got some more more Galactic Storm, West Coast Avengers, Galactic Storm.
Look, another Spider-Woman.
Hey, Julia Carpenter was pretty good, pretty fun Spider-Woman.
You remember back then there was only like 3 Spider people?
Well, you had Peter, you had Ben, and you had Julia. Yeah.
And you had Spider Boy, but nobody knew that it was there that whole time. So.
No, I meant you had Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman.
Oh yeah, you had so that's 4. You had 4 Spider-Woman.
I wasn't counting Ben Riley because I don't know if Ben Riley was around at that time that book came out. But
Wasn't Galactic Storm the early 90s?
I believe so.
That's pre-Ben, actually. At the time, it would have been.
Oh, is it pre-Ben? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
John Byrne
Here's a.
here.
Oh, look. Is that Carol Danvers getting an assist? She actually needs help.
Is that Carol Danvers with boobs? Holy
Great
crap.
balls of fire.
Well, not only that,
Jerry Lee Lewis, can you knock it off?
You know who Quasar banged in that series?
Moondragon.
Yes, sir. Moondragon went through a lot of dudes before she decided she liked chicks.
Well, that's maybe she just thought she had gone through all the guys
Was
and
it
had
after
nothing else.
she met her father that she decided she wanted to be gay?
No, I think it was after she met Peter David, maybe.
And that is it. Yeah, I got like all these came in the mail, and I was like, oh
Holy
shoot,
Toledo.
how many auction books has he been holding on to for me? I feel bad. It's like just been sitting in his room.
That's only a third of what he's gonna be sending you, probably.
Oh God, I hope not. I don't have room. I'm gonna have to organize all these.
Now we're just gonna stare at a picture of our late friend. Moment of silence. Oh, there he is. Still moment of silence. There you go.
Yep. Alrighty then. So I got the new computer and a new cam.
Nice.
So you're gonna see this huge mug up
In
nice
HD.
Yes. So sorry. All right. I have a few of them this week, and
Cool.
spent a little too much on some of them. You know how every once in a while you see a book by the cover and say, okay, this looks like it's going to be good, and it is.
Yeah.
I've been having really good luck with that lately. This week I didn't.
Mhm.
So there's a couple of them that's like, yeah. Okay, so I think I've got like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh god, I got the Rihanna songs in my head now. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Oh shoot!
16.
I just found the Sandman Compendium on in stock. Oof.
So 16, and some of them are just like, okay. So last one is
Tony Daniel book. Nice.
yeah. I have no idea what's going on in this thing.
Me neither.
Is it based on something?
It looks like D&D, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Kids go into a game.
It's like you expect. They're talking about you're expected to know what's going on in this shit. And I was just like, I have no freaking clue. So it sort of took me out of it.
First issue.
Yep.
Get it while it's hot.
Yeah. Okay, 15. Ice Cream Man. Now the only reason I got this was
The walking cover. Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
I walked in and there was like 2 books in my pull. So I went out, checked the stacks, and then I wound up getting 2. I already had a Something Is Killing the Children. So I pulled one, so I bought 2 of them, so I had to switch out, and then I wound up getting this, and it was just like,
It's a nice little cover with the Rick Grimes on there.
yeah, it is. It's nice, but the inside wasn't that good. 14.
Well, were you expecting actual ice cream?
No, I mean I know the series, but this was just not a good issue. And this I liked the first one. I just can't remember much of it, so I'm gonna have to go back and read the first 2 to remember what's going on.
That is pure evil. It looks like a Karen yelling at a guy.
It is. It's PURR, just 2 R's.
Oh,
Purr, as in like cat.
Her evil.
Yes.
Boy, that's
And
fun.
And yeah, and hence you see they have the little
Oh,
cat
it's Mark Rodolfo. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, then one that I
self-insert.
liked the first one and thought, okay, I'll get the second one. And I know you guys are going to give me a bunch of shit for this, and I'm ready for it.
That's what I think every week when I come on here.
But see, I'm going to deserve it after this one because you guys warned me after. Yeah, and you probably deserve it a little bit too, but
Probably.
Power Girl number 2.
I did not. I wanted to jump on that, but I didn't get it this week.
Well, yeah. No.
Dick Easy's like, don't do it, boy. Don't do it.
No, but the first one I actually enjoyed, despite what you guys not liking it.
I liked it. I'm with you. I did like the first issue more than I didn't.
Breen didn't, and RDV, did you?
I read the first issue. I didn't pick it up. But I read it and I looked at the art and I kept thinking, oh, she's now the CW Supergirl.
Yeah, and so despite that, it seemed kind of good. But then this one, it's like, no.
I mean, apparently Lois was in the second issue and gives her a pep talk.
Yeah,
and then tells because she's parents. That's weird too. So I use our page. Karen is working for she works at the Daily Planet. Supergirl and the CW worked at the National or Globe or whatever it was called. I forget what's called.
The Globe or wherever
She worked. Yeah, Cat Grant. So she worked there. So as I said, I'm seeing a lot of similarities where they're trying to. I know Power Girl is supposed to be Kara from Earth 2, whatever. But I mean, like, they're really leaning into the CW thing because now it's CW show's over. Like, oh, let's bring it back.
And I think they're trying to retro her origin in this one again. I think
Which one? Isn't she have like 6 from now?
Well, according to this one, she was I don't know if it was in this book in this series or not, but
when she was a boy.
No, yeah, well, the way they're drawing her, and they took the window out, it kind of pisses me off. She was the whole time she's on the flight from Krypton to here. The AI was fucking with her head and stuff like that. It was just And here's one thing that gets me on this one is they have a Fortress of Solitude, New Orleans or something.
No, in Brazil.
It's Bermuda.
Bermuda, yeah. So it's beginning to sound like one of these crime shows, like NCIS Vegas, NCIS.
Don't you go knocking my NCIS.
Hey, I
like my
NCIS. Gibbs is my hero. Gibbs is my hero. But it's just So I think I'm dropping it after number 2. And
that is normally what you do with number 2s. You do drop them. I'm a child. I know. I'm a child.
as 1138 shows just a little bit ago. Ribbon Queen, number 4. Again, I'm not saying that's bad. It's just that I'll need to go back and pick up 1, 2, 3, which I have in my room someplace. Read it because I've kind of forgot what was going on, so I haven't had a chance to finish reading that because I need to go back and.
And I want the mid CIS.
That's what's going on now. It's finally starting to not be as good because
now a lot of the main characters aren't there anymore.
Yeah, Gibbs is my hero, man, because he's just an a-hole. And Detective, this one, this is the only main title Batman that I'm going to keep getting, at least for a while anyway. Oh, Ash, don't make me throw. Don't make me throw, Ash. I'm not doing the Batman anymore after that last issue, but this is the only one. And it's okay. I'm not at the point where I'm going to drop it yet, but still.
Boo this Ash. Boo him. Boo. I keep thinking of the old lady from Princess Bride. Boo him.
Boo.
Okay, then Newburn, number 12. I completely forgot that this was written by Chip Zdarsky, so there is actually a Chip Zdarsky series that I enjoy.
Microphone is, I don't know if it's hitting your beard.
I think it's scratching the beard a little bit, yeah.
Okay, let's go up a little bit. Is that still good?
Yeah, we still hear you.
Okay. So I actually have a Chip Zdarsky series that I like.
Oh, nice.
Pretty good. Do you read this?
No. We'll see how long it lasts.
Well, it's been, it's been
Chip Zdarsky. Oh, has it been 12? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know his Daredevil run went for a good while before it started to nosedive.
The whole concept of this is there's this guy Newburn. He was a cop and he was kind of dirty, and now what he does is he's off the force, but he is a problem solver for the mob. So there's all these mob families, and if there's a problem between all the different families, they go to him. He investigates this stuff, and he makes a decision. And they all have to abide by it.
Okay.
Because he's like the neutral party because he doesn't give a fuck. But now there's stuff going on behind the scenes where they're just like, someone's after him and stuff like that. Pretty good. And next is Green Lantern War Journal.
Hmm.
This is actually pretty good. I mean, it's almost as good as the Hal Jordan one.
Interesting. Okay.
Basically, what is he's there? He's got his uh, he's there and he's with his mom, who has I think it's what do you call it?
Got dementia or something?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, and
she's a
he's
little touched in the head?
yeah. No, I think it's dementia. But some other Green Lanterns are coming after him because I think he still has his ring or something like that, and he's just like, yeah, bring it on, fuckers. And so he's dealing with that, and he's working for Steelworks now. He's getting hired by Steelworks to do stuff, and so it's pretty good. And then we have Days of Future Past, Doomsday #4. Ish. A little above mid.
I dropped that series. I didn't get the last one. I thought I did, so I didn't pick up this one either. So,
But then they have to. Thing that gets me is we get "Come to Me, My X-Men." All right. So yeah. No. Not.
well, that's the Guggenheim book, right?
Huh?
The X-Men book you just showed. That
Yeah.
is that's
Yes.
Mark or Guggenheim.
Yes. And it just turns out that I was going through a box that I have here from a while back. I'm bagging or cataloging these things, and I have a bunch of old Claremont Lee stuff. I actually have Days of Future Past, the original, back in this box right here, which is kind of cool.
Very
And
Well, it's the Days of Future Past.
yes,
cool. Or future past.
it's just,
What
he's
about
just
what about future present past?
How about they combine my two favorite books, Future Past Sins,
or they can just go X-Men tenses.
X-Men Past Sins.
Okay, and then one,
X-Men rebooted sins.
4, 5, 6,
There's original sin, there's the reboot.
yes, and then 7. This is not bad.
Okay, I saw that came out, and I saw Garth that is on there. I was really tempted. Who was the other? And I saw Alex Segura on there. That's like kind of it was like Alex Segura, which I think is the guy who did the Scarlet Sisters, which we Zach and I hate.
That guy.
Then
I always
Ashley
forget
Allen.
his name. I always forget his name.
I can't. I'm triggered by his name after I hear it.
But I've never read Zombies, Marvel Zombies.
It was all right the first time. The second story
Yes.
was and
Some
then after
say-
that, just took a nosedive for me.
Some say that it's a good thing. Others say, hey, "What's wrong with you?" And I say it's hit or miss, like Zach says.
Yeah,
I'm with him on that.
I think it started out really good, and then the longer it went, the worse in quality it got.
So basically, it's
It's a
like
cash grab
deceased.
for Marvel. That's what it seems
It's,
like to me.
it's very cash, especially it's Halloween, so you know they're doing it for the Halloween money.
In
Yeah.
Hickman's Secret Wars, he brings back the zombies.
Hey, that was actually one of the better spin-off miniseries. That one was actually fun. That had a tiger in it too.
But Marvel zombies are the people who buy the Marvel books. I'm guilty.
I'm sorry. Are we not getting the new Ultimate Spider-Man? Because I'm a zombie for that.
Yeah, meet the Parkers for the first issue, and then you find out that's clickbait cover.
Why don't you just let people enjoy things? What is the matter with you?
You know what happens in issue 2, right? Mary Jane sleeps with Mr. Terrific.
I knew it was going to be something to. I was.
and then
didn't know how
comes
you were
out
gonna
as,
phrase
then
it.
it comes out as trans.
Wait, Peter does or Mary Jane?
Mary Jane.
Both.
Mr. Terrific is now trans.
No, see,
my
Mr.
dead
Perfect
wife.
used to be a girl, and Mary Jane used to be a guy. Now they've switched. You know. See. So
Oh goodness.
If they both switch genders, does that make that still a hetero couple?
yeah, I guess so.
Just the long way round.
We're overthinking it, but yeah.
Yeah. We are overthinking a lot here.
Which is probably not something that I consider in my conversations about thinking. But people would never accuse me of that shit. But who knows? But then we have Something That's Killing the Children, number 34. Still a pretty good series, but the stories are a little short.
I'm pretty sure what's on the cover is Killing the Children.
Maybe.
At this point, they should change the title and say, now we know that something's killed the children.
We found what killed the children. The bad news is it's just killed us.
No, something's killed the children last summer. I still know it was something's killed the children. Let's keep going with that.
Wow, that is a callback there, isn't it?
I still know what. I know. I still know what I know. I know what I did last summer. Yeah, okay. No, I know.
And speaking of Tinian, about halfway through that, and they're varying a little bit from.
How do you like the art on that? I opened it up and I just wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. They're trying. It's for anyone who wants to. It's too. When people do these watercolory stuff,
yeah,
I think people are trying to be like Alex Ross with the watercolors.
Yeah,
but when they do stuff like that, it's a little too artsy. I think is what they're.
I think the same thing. Every time I find an artist who does that does the paint, I feel like most of them are just trying to be Alex Ross instead of trying to be themselves.
But Alex Ross doesn't do it to be artsy. He's just
right.
He's good at it. But they're trying to be. Let's be different and let's do this. And it's like, dude, okay, you and everyone else is doing it.
If you're gonna do a painted interior art, get perfect example. Look at Town Called Terror, Simon Trzazinski's art on that. Mm-hmm. It was still good art, but it was still kind of painted a little bit. Yeah.
See, this is one of my things of even if you have a good story and then you have art like this, it takes away from the story because it's distracting. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But okay, then
Alex Ross does do watercolors. He also does finger painting too.
Yeah, but what he does with his girlfriend tonight, that's totally different. Oh wait.
How boldly assume that he's straight in 2023?
True. Good point. Good point.
That's
you just got to cancel. Geeky's the rumor that Alex Ross is straight. Cancel him.
Wait. I used the pronoun. My bad.
Yeah. How do you know that he goes by he?
Oh,
you're both
canceled. You're both canceled.
I'm already canceled, so I can say he. So
that's true.
Yeah, there you go. You guys just canceled me, and maybe I'm just going he because I'm laughing at him. But speaking of he, at least so far anyway, Captain America.
He was still not to be named.
Nice cover.
Yes. Still very good. And yeah, I agree with the whole little let's do the funny shit thing from Breen.
Spider-Man, yeah. Inserting Spider-Man for no reason, and then it's the worst version of Spider-Man throwing in there.
But when I read what was supposed to be doing on this, they were saying that it was going to be they were going back to do his period between the time he became alone and joining the army. And I was under the impression, maybe that's just me for not paying attention, that this is what this was all going to be about. I'm wrong, obviously, but I do sort of like this. But yeah, it's a good series.
But I agree with Breen, though. Too much focus on the flashbacks. They have to mean what's going on in the current story. If there's no connection, they're pointless.
And who was which one of you guys said that it was sometimes the transitions are a little hard to follow? I think sometimes because there's times you were like, oh, okay, this is in the present now.
That might have been Breen, but he's too busy looking at his Trader Joe popcorn.
Yeah. Well,
that wasn't me.
He's trying to make sure the hole in there is just the right size. Oh. For when he goes over to Zach's house.
Whoa.
Bring that She-Hulk comic, Breen. If you're coming over, I'm getting something out of it.
How about if I come over and eat that She-Hulk comic in front of you?
Now, Breen, you got to give me a couple points. You got to give me a couple points for not touching anything that Zach just said before you said anything. We're we're ignoring that one completely, just because it's too easy.
Salt or no salt?
All right, and then number 3. I'm digging it. I really am. And the art in here is pretty good.
Yeah, cool. I never read the Batman versus Predator. Predator comic books.
I've never. This is the first versus Predator that I've read. Joe seems to love the Batman versus Predator. All the other ones, all the stuff. He's trying to get them all in, collected editions and stuff. And he's talking about how wonderful they are. And I wasn't even going to get this until I think it was you guys or someone was talking about it. So I think I went in like the next day and picked it up.
I got it because of our friend Jay. Is like he's a guy who normally does not like current books, unless it's Astrobots or Transformers, But he's like, dude, he's like, get this book. I'm like, really? I'm like, I'll pick. And I started reading the book. I was like, dude, this is actually a decent book. And I look at it's Benjamin Percy. I'm really tempted to start reading the Ghost Rider books because,
never been a Ghost Rider fan, so I don't know if I'd.
Same here, Well, look at Conan the Barbarian on the Titan books I was grabbing. I like Conan in the movie.
Okay, what is life?
You just can't help yourself. You just want all those apples for yourself.
Me,
you little bastard.
No, me, because I said the Conan movie sucks.
Wow, do we have any apples?
Not anymore, because Zach took all of them.
I did.
Hey, Zach, what is life?
I'll never go to the doctor again. I have apples for days.
Yeah, we know what you're going to do with those apples.
I mean, wait, I found one.
Oh.
There you go.
It's been too long. It's still disgusting.
He's a spitter.
It's still gross.
Well, we let you on, Zach, but we don't complain about it.
All right, and then 2 left. I don't know if you guys have been reading this, but Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer.
I saw this. That kind of, it seems like it's a spinoff of Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter, but I still would want to read it.
No, I saw the movie and I wasn't impressed, and but when I saw an advertisement for this, and I'm like, dude, I don't care if it sucks. This looks like it's going to be an entertaining as fuck book. I'm going to get it, and I got the first one, and it was good. It's one of those books you're like, I don't care how bad it is. It's just going to be worth getting because of that. And it was actually pretty good. And this one still keeps up the quality. And the art's not that bad.
Kind of looks like it has a little bit of a Scotty Young feel to it.
Yeah, and I'm not a big Scotty Young fan, but this would be, if you're gonna say a Scotty Young, it's gonna be like a better Scotty Young.
Yeah,
because I don't see.
It's not like where the characters look like little kid versions of themselves.
I do like the vampires drawn in there. It reminds me of that Cullen Bunn book, Night Terror.
Yes,
or Night Stalker. It was called.
And this actually sort of harkens back to when my friend was over here. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday, helping me with this computer? We were talking about, I was watching something on the behind the scenes for the original Fright Night. And I was asking him, I said, why do they have Jared Dandridge have bottom fangs? I said, I hate that when vampires have bottom fangs as well. And he's just like, to make them more, animalistic and stuff like that. And
that's a werewolf, though.
No, Adam.
I think werewolf should have bottom fangs. Vampires only have the 2.
Yeah, but he's Adam Dandridge, Phil Dandridge. He's the vampire in this one. And I was just like, I don't know, brought up the whole fact of how Anne Rice sort of making them all sexy sort of ruined all vampires and stuff like that.
The only vampires that have more than 2 fangs should be the ones you see in Blade 2, where the face opens up. Which
is a great movie. And my number 1, which I still haven't finished reading yet, but I know it's gonna rock because they always do. Grim Tales of Terror Quarterly.
It's the first one I didn't get. I've been usually grabbing them. I didn't grab this one.
But you know how many issues they got at there?
Yeah.
One.
That was it? Just the one?
Yep, I think I have it for a poll, and when I went up and I put it down, and they're like,
copies. Are you asking issues?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, oh, you got it. And I'm like, yep, I'm the only one who they order it for.
The good thing is it does tie into other books that's going on, stories. So it continues. Like they had the Rise of Cthulhu.
Yeah, which that one I didn't like that much. But
yeah, but I mean, but at least they're world building.
Yes, and I've had this discussion with Joe. We talk comics a lot over on stuff, but I'm not a big fan of whatever the hell is. Yeah, Lovecraft.
Same here. I think it because our friend Dalton ruined it for us. When you have someone who's an just like obsessive fan of H.P. Lovecraft and all that stuff, and they talked about it so much to the point where you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah. And I'm maybe some people might think that I'm the same way about like vampires because I'm kind of obsessive with that, and I just love stuff. But it's these things. I'm like, okay, you guys can have your Lovecraft. I'll do this other stuff. But
apples on pizza.
No, it does not go on pizza. It can go on cake. It can be by itself, or it can go in a martini or a cocktail glass, but never on pizza. I
think that there's anyone who puts pineapple on pizza should be shot. You should put pineapple on pizza before you put apple on pizza. So that's.
Well, I'll just say this: forget the pineapple on a pizza. Put your pineapple in your banana split. There you go. That's the only.
Oh yeah, that could work. I mean, as a dessert, yeah.
Pineapple has its place.
And then you shove your pizza inside there.
Pizza. No.
Banana
would you put pineapple on a hamburger? No, you would not. Would you put it on spaghetti? Well, some people are weird.
Yeah.
Some people dip fries in their Frosties from Wendy's.
Would you eat it on a box with a box wearing socks?
I don't do that.
Hey, and I put mustard on my fries, babe.
Oh, mustard is good. I like mustard on fries. I'll dip potato chips in mustard.
I would not, could not, should not have pineapple on pizza. Sam, I am.
Pineapple on pizza is gross.
Yes. Yeah. And that's my stuff for this week, except for 2 movies that I got.
All right.
So.
And Eric, do you have any other books you want to show off?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys. And then that's it for the week then. I hope you guys had fun. Kept it under 2 hours.
What?
I know, right?
Making up for last week's 4-hour one.
Making up for that epic size reading we did last night. Never again, Venkman.
we went for 20 minutes, and Zach's not used to that.
Wow.
Is that when he's okay? Never mind.
It's like I love watching.
You gotta commit. Do it.
I love
when
watching.
He's receiving or giving. Is that the 20 minutes that he's not used to?
No, but the fact that it took Zach a couple seconds to figure out, what do you mean 20 minutes?
Yeah. No, I got it. Message received. Message received.
It was an hour and 12 minutes. That's not.
It was 2 hours. We went into hour 2.
Hey, you want to hear something amusing before we go?
Sure.
This is somebody posted this site called Non-Aesthetic Things. French pigs be like oinke. Japanese pigs be like oinku. American pigs be like stop resisting.
Okay.
Oh,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like our police officers, the good ones, but for the bad ones, that's good.
Yeah, the site Internet Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the sister account to that, I guess.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
It's probably you probably heard this before too. Is like it's been floating around the internet too. So I saw that's kind of funny. All right. So what's the difference between Iron Man and Iron Woman? One's a superhero, the other one's a command.
I know that I had heard that before. I was trying to remember it, and I just couldn't do it.
The other one I saw was I was watching Men and a Half or 2 Men and a Half.
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
Sorry, yeah, sorry. And the boys, it's one of the early episodes. The young boys, he's like, if women with big boobs work at Hooters, what do women with one leg work at? IHOP.
That's
It's
pretty
at the
good.
hop. Get it?
It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's so stupid and it's so tasteless, but I just laughed my ass off when I heard that. I was like, really? Like, wow, they actually have really good writing on that show.
That show was good until they got stupid and threw Charlie Sheen off.
Yeah.
Didn't they replace him with Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
Is that who they replaced him with?
And they brought in Megan Fox in.
Oh, Megan.
Did they really?
Yeah, well, no, for that one episode, she was out there.
Oh, for just one episode. I thought she was going to be like a regular. Oh, okay.
Wasn't Miley Cyrus a quasi-regular on there for a while?
She was. There's an episode on there where the Ashton Kutcher's character, he basically, she's like, do you mind know what the girls breathe? She takes her top off, and he's like, here, rub some lotion back, and he's just kind of like, he's like, I'll be right back. He walks into the glass sliding door, basically.
No. Speaking of Miley Cyrus, they actually have a thing where there's the robot from episode 1, Roger, Roger, and then they switch over to Miley Cyrus talking. It's the same thing. They sound the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus does have a very unique voice. You can tell she's worn out her vocal cords.
Well, she's always had a raspy voice, even with Hannah Montana.
Did she really? I don't recall her having a raspier voice back then. Maybe she did. It's been a long time since I've watched Disney Channel.
It's just gotten raspier over time.
Yeah. Well, I know with singers and people that use their voice a lot, I know that's something that can happen.
When you're constantly being hanging out with Harvey Weinstein and all those guys, yeah.
Yikes. Rhaegar, you're correct. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yep, and so was Stallone.
But Stallone came back for 3. Miley Cyrus did not.
Miley Cyrus in the second one? I didn't understand.
She was the little robot head at the end, where it's like the OG Guardians, like Starhawk or Darkhawk, Stallone's character. Yeah, Starhawk. She's like this little robot head.
Who wasn't an OG Guardian either, but no one remembers that. He was introduced about 10 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Or about 7 years later in the Defenders. Except the word of one who knows.
No, I see. As much as I love 2.5 Men, the one I liked more is Anger Management. The show he did after that.
That was a show? I thought that was a movie.
No,
it was, but it's two separate things.
The bimbo in that was just ridiculously hot.
Is that what's her name?
I wouldn't know if you said it.
No.
If I looked it up, I'd be able to figure out.
Was it Neve Campbell?
No.
She was one of the ones from one of the witchcraft movies, but it's like Selma something.
No, she was in his patient group.
Oh, yeah, Selma Blair.
Yeah, Selma Blair, and she's the reason why the show. She got dumped off the show. They kicked her off the show because she and Charlie Sheen had a huge disagreement.
Yeah, that's not who I was talking about, though. I mean, I said this.
There was Danielle Bobadilla.
That might have been her. I mean,
There's also Noreen DeWolf and Shawnee Smith.
I'll have to. I won't know until I look. So
Barry Corbin was on there too. That's funny. Yeah, but Selma Blair was supposed to be the main love interest, I guess, or the main opposite of Charlie.
She was also the love interest for Hellboy.
Yeah, she got some kind of disease or something. So I think she has a problem with I think it's MS, a form of MS.
Did you know? I saw this earlier today. Bruce Willis apparently can no longer vocally communicate.
Yeah, they had a thing. Oh, sorry about that.
Well, no, yeah, I was just agreeing with. Yeah. I saw the article and I'm like, maybe. I mean, he had problems before. But
they announced this a while ago. He's getting some sort of a brain thing, and it's just...
it's like they knew it was going to happen. Like they knew what was coming, but like I guess it just recently actually occurred, recently got to that point.
Going downhill recently, and they announced it a while ago just because he couldn't make any more public appearances and stuff, and he was going to be.
But the reason I like anger management because his actual dad was on there. Martin Sheen was on the show too as well. And like seeing Martin Sheen on the TV show was new for me because I'm used to him just only being movies. But anyway, I think we rabbled on for too much here.
Too much or not enough?
Not us. We don't ramble.
We got to get out of here. I just looked outside our window at the studio here, and it's not looking good. I heard Zach's here. They want their apples back.
Yeah, it's Noreen DeWolf. That's the one I was talking about.
Ah, okay. All right, hold on. There it goes. All right, we'll just roll the ticker here, and then we'll do our outros here. Zach, where can we find you? Because we can't seem to find you anywhere else.
Let me see. You can find me in my bed for 5 hours, and then you can find me in my car for another 5 hours.
For $5.
For $5. No, if you're gonna find me in my bed, you're paying me like $100. No, I will be appearing soon. We did a recording for a reading of Fantastic Four. What was it, number 15?
15 or 16.
15 or 16.
It felt like both of them.
Yeah, it really did. It's one of the few books that I was able to be the narrator for, which was fun. So that'll be showing up on.
That's
Geeky
why I
Puppet
felt
Show.
long because your narration was just.
My narration was it went long because you kept reading extra words that weren't in your word bubbles.
When you give a character one line, you got to give them a few more lines. And there were some other ad-libbing from other people too.
There was ad-libbing from everybody. That is true. There's plenty of blame for that to go around, including myself.
So look for that. Look for
that.
On Saturday morning.
It will be Saturday morning.
Saturday. Yeah,
So you're gonna have us compete with Wes? Ballsy.
Well,
okay.
Mine's at noon.
Oh, it's at noon. Okay. But then, yeah, other than that, you can catch me here. Normally, I'm pretty consistent with my Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mondays, I'm typically over on Ash on Comics channel for late night comic streams. And we'll see if I'm here tomorrow night. I might be here. There's a 50-50 chance.
All right. Eric, where can we find you next?
Avoiding tomorrow night's reading so I can watch Game 1 of the World Series.
Oh, that's right. The Rangers are in it this year.
Yeah.
Oh, are you not showing up tomorrow?
No, I'll be there.
Okay.
I'm a dedicated professional, not like Zach.
If I never said I was professional.
Well, we know you're not dedicated.
Are you kidding me? This is Breen the whole time. He's rating.
Yo, if I show up tomorrow, that's what I'll be doing because I want to watch the Rangers. I want to see if they take it all the way.
All right. Speaking of taking it all the way, Kiki, where are we going next for seeing you?
Just my channel, Geeky, at the Geek Easy on YouTube. That's it.
I keep wanting to say the Big Easy. You
know, that's my hometown.
Well, no, it's a restaurant I have here. I'll say Bourbon Street too.
Yes.
Bourbon Street.
It was also my nickname in high school, by the way.
What's that, Breen?
It's a Bourbon Street beat. I think I'll watch an episode after this.
Man,
I wouldn't want to work a beat on Bourbon Street. I've seen it during the day. It's not pretty.
Well, this was 1959. It probably was.
It probably was classier back then. Yeah.
Last week it was a woman. Now it's a guy standing on the corner dressed as a woman. All those cigarettes and booze.
Used to be two of my favorite things: cigarettes and booze. Now I can only have the cigarettes
and boobs.
Oh yeah, I love boobs. Yeah. I'll show you mine one of these days when I want to not be allowed on the channel anymore.
This is the last time you're going to see him and a preemptive.
You're getting preemptively fired, fucker.
All right.
You can get fired from this?
That was so disgusting.
What do I have to do?
Obviously, just trying to show my chest, and you get fired.
Absolutely, indie brother Ash.
And CIS is good television. Dang it!
No, if the TV's turned off.
When it comes to reading for 2 hours with you guys versus watching any NCIS, I'm with you guys.
I'm sorry.
I'd be drawing it out to 3 hours if that meant I could avoid an hour.
Man,
of
don't make me
FBI.
side
Well-
with Zach on this one.
Side with me, you know I'm right. You know, you and I would rather watch Ziva David than read old Golden Age comic books with these two.
All right, and I'll also
Rhaegar, you take that back. You take that back right now, you little Rhaegar.
It
Also-
depends on if it's the comic or the TV show or not. The show NCI is far greater than the show She-Hulk.
Yes.
I also want to take a moment to send thoughts and prayers to those who were injured or killed over all the victims over in Maine. Shooting that happened yesterday.
Yes.
Scary situation.
Has the FBI come in and said their famous line yet?
Well, I'm waiting for the Sony to say it was because he got bad service. You know, the lobster was under.
I'm just waiting to hear he was on our radar.
Yeah, they.
Our Rhaegar?
No, you can't make a joke. Venkman.
He was on Rhaegar. That's why they were paying attention.
No. I can't.
But
no.
Seriously though, like I said, like it is a horrible situation, and like I said, it sucks. I hope that obviously they don't just shoot the guy. I hope the guy actually stands before trial and is
Well, some people are suspecting that that's one of the outcomes is that he tries to commit suicide by cop.
And that's the thing I don't like is a lot of times I feel like these guys are just being shot by the cops without getting due process. Not to say that he doesn't deserve it, but I mean,
I disagree. I said you find that guy and you start at the bottom and shoot your way up until there's nothing left.
Right, and also a lot of these guys, that's what they intentionally do it. It's called suicide.
There's nothing you can learn from this. Just
no.
It's take him out of polite society. Yeah, I can't believe they haven't found him yet. But the important thing to remember is it's already been politicized. So.
I had the TV on before I started this. They think he's at his house. They've got him some stuff in the house, but
he is not even trying, isn't he?
No.
Idiot is he that
Yeah. So last I heard it was about 2 hours ago before we went live.
Yeah.
That they were sitting outside a house that's in another county or another town over. They think he might be staying there, but they have no idea for sure. So they're just waiting there where he could be somewhere else.
Yeah. Some people saying that he's already left the state, that he could be anywhere. Some people thought he'd taken one of the watercraft and went out in the ocean. They don't know.
Ash, and that's the thing too, as I said about conspiracy stuff, that's the other thing's floating out there too. Was this FBI plan? Was this guy a Manchurian candidate? Or is was this guy on the FBI watch list and the FBI dropped the ball and let him do what he's going? Because apparently,
does the FBI even know how to grab the ball? Like
I'm just saying, there's a lot. There's so many conflicting reports out there. Everybody's politicizing it. So,
if you are a Catholic Church or a pro-life person, they're after you, or a parent at a PTA meeting, they're after you. But if you're gonna shoot a bunch of people up, they have no idea what the hell you're.
Well, I think this will make it a lot easier to get that next $100 billion to Zelensky because we're all focused on this now. So they better do that quick because we don't have long memories. Anyway, on that, let's say goodnight, kids.
But yeah, good night, kids.
See you guys later, man. Don't have too much fun now.
Good night, little Rhaegar.
Run away, Rhaegar.